In Assen, we did miss it. It would be wonderful to see that again. We have alternated race winners all the way back through the last 10 years. Vinny's man that won successive races in Assen all the way back in 2004, 2000, around this famous Assen circuit. Johan Zarco, he'll be relying on a good start to potentially lead the 26-lap race as the clear favourites, make no doubt about that. Quartararo and Vinales throughout practice for Marc Marquez, although if he's to add to that, it would be really miracle stuff from the 7th row as he's battered and bruised, particularly tricky on a Moto GP bike, especially on the opening lap. You can see off the air conditioning unit here in the commentary box. The warm-up lap then about to be complete. Predicted race pace 33 went in FP4 yesterday. Yamaha topped all 4 practice sessions. They topped the TT circuit here in Assen. Is there a new name going to be added to the trophy? It's always that extra in this world famous venue here in the Netherlands. The riders are ready, the fans are ready. It's 26 laps. The Dutch TT is underway. Good start from Vinales on pole position in a place. Alex Rins has rode around the outside of him going into the first corner, so it's not the start that Vinales wanted. He got the initial launch further than it is the leads here in Assen. Good start that from Juan Mir as well. He's just gone through on Miguel Oliveira through to turn 5. One of the Tech 3 KTMs. Marc Marquez has made a decent start there as well. He's up to 13th already, 7 in the pack here. He's got to try and get up. That's close. That's close. It's almost contact. Yeah, he's 9. Quartararo will have the inside line into turn 9. Excellent tight early battle here between Quartararo and Vinales, the pole man in 4th. Good couple of corners that was. Bagnaia, it is the lead. This was his plan to get challenging through turn 15, but no room. Pecco Bagnaia is exceptionally well there to keep Quartararo behind him. Can't line up the entry on the corners with the rear flapping around everywhere. So we're about to complete the first lap. Pecco Bagnaia, by the way, he's down in 21st place on the opening lap. Marquez had to do that. He's got that mix for the next 25 laps or so, so he's got to make hay while the sun shines and extract the best out of Bagnaia, who leads on the approach to turn 6. Quartararo second. Nakagami now on his tail, number 30 on the LCR Honda. He's on the spinning Moto GP, started 6. Lost 3 places, came over the line in 9th spot. No change at the front. Rins is 5th, Zarco 6th, and Miller in 7th. This is a chopping off the nose, really, of Maverick Vinales on the approach to turn 1. Yeah, nice move as well. He lost that position quickly into the Stru, but now then Bagnaia and Quartararo already stretching their legs. Another replay, surely. Alex Rins is just... I can see him in the background. He's stone last. Paul Quartararo is the fastest lap of the race. What happened to number 42? Oh, something between him and Johan Zarco. Well, it was on lap then. He's gone through, sitting up Rins, squeezing him out. No room. Over half a second clear of Nakagami. We were just about to say that Vinales is making no impression at all on the Japanese soft front tyre. That's a problem already for Maverick Vinales. And he knows as well, he's got the aggressive shell. Pecco Bagnaia. He has the more stable machine. Was that a bike I just heard going down in the back? And this is where Quartararo will start to reel in the Ducati out ahead. Fantastic job from Fabio Quartararo. And that dirty air behind the Ducati. Now here he comes. And he finds a way back to the lead around the outside. So it was a short-lived experience at the front for Quartararo. Back race, he does dig deep when he needs to, the number 5. He's got Jack Miller just behind him, and then Juan Mir, who's now holding on the factory Aprilia. There's a move there from Juan Mir. Yeah, he's just gone through on Jack Miller. There's a little bit messy. Yeah, Vinales has got through. And he's coming on the prep place now. Then Vinales trying to resist the relentless pressure coming here from Johan Zarco. No room there. That's where he punted Alex Rins wide. On board here with fisting job this by Pecco Bagnaia. He only just came out of Q1. Likewise, Johan Zarco. Yeah, no time. He came off the worst of it. Taka Nakagami's doing a phenomenal job so far in 3rd place. He's got a great record. And Marc Marquez also doing a grand job. He stays 10th for now. Not a lot, really. Is now trying to work his way through the pack. How much will Marc Marquez burn up that soft rear tyre? Man, Pecco Bagnaia. Mir and Oliveira find themselves in a precarious position. They could do with front, but Zarco is a difficult rider to overtake. Track limits warning already. This glued to Vinales' rear tyre at the moment. Is the Frenchman, top of your picture there. That looked like Valentino Rossi's really paying for an awful first lap. An awful start. Now Petrucci's getting really scrappy from the Italian. He was
out front again. Here comes Quartararo. Look at the corner speed he's got, but he just cannot find a way through some of these one last time. Quartararo it is that leads then across the line here in Assen.
And if it goes to form, if it goes to... With that squat device out of the Gert Timmer chicane, when he gets the power down, cracks open the throttle, Bagnaro,
he's just retaliating immediately, which is not allowing Quartararo to get into the rhythm. Half a second lead, it could be by Fabio.
And you can see as well the fact that Quartararo can't get to the front. 0.3 seconds back to Marc Marquez in 10th place.
Nakagami
in sectors 3 and 4, it could be goodnight Vienna, it could be over. Because the Yamaha is by far a durable motorcycle as well. And that Ducati, that's where the Yamaha really comes into its own. I've got...
Then, is this the key moment for Fabio Quartararo? Can Bagnaia get close enough to...
He's got to do here. He's got to get his head down, push for 2 or 3 laps and break away from Pecco Bagnaia. Find a way back on through.
He desperately tried. He did desperately tried.
He laid it all on the line there. But Fabio grip from the Ducati coming out of turn number 11, that's all.
Now then, can he fall? Can he break away? And did on Johan Zarco, but Zarco powers back past him then on the back straight. Joan Mir's Quartararo's going to try and bolt. He's going to really get the hammer down. There was a twitch there, wasn't it, for Zarco on the rear. You can see me ahead of him. 4 tenths up already, Quartararo then on Bagnaia.
Yeah, he's coming a bit more daylight between himself and Pecco Bagnaia. There'll be nothing that the Italian can do about this onslaught from Fabio. Get his head down, put together 3 or 4 really, really hot laps and just break away with Fabio Quartararo. Puts himself in this kind of position. He tends to get the job done.
Great lap.
As soon as he didn't have Bagnaia impeding him, he got straight into the 32s quite comfortably. First and 22nd place respectively.
Well, if he can maintain sight of Luca Marini, he's done a good job. Quartararo, the championship leader, this would be a hammer blow to the opposition on the approach to the summer break. If
it's going to be the tactic, once he hit the front, put the hammer down, try and stretch away, use the clear track of Assen, it just plays to their strength. It's a
Rossi's down. Rossi's down, and he looks
42 years of age in your 26th year of your Grand Prix career. It might be a sore start to the summer break for Ross.
Absolutely destroyed.
That is a big, big crash then for the doctor. Dismal day. Son and sees Fabio Quartararo again a 32.8 for the second lap in succession, and again is...
Well, we saw, didn't we, yesterday in FP4 that Quartararo could post times like this for fun.
You look at the next best man, I think it was Vinales to his credit, a 33.3 from him. But Fabio,
even though he can't hold on to Quartararo, Vinales can't find a way through on Nakagami, who's doing a great job defending his line.
Bagnaia gets out of Aston with a second place, given the difficulties of... Had 3 other podiums since they've been coming here in 2003, so this would be a big result. In 3 laps, he has just completely destroyed the chasing pack.
Sector, but they can't find a way through on the riders up ahead of them. And Quartararo then will be 2 seconds clear.
Different plane, different league at the moment. Quartararo, 32.9 from him. That's the 3rd or 4th. They've all just set their personal best laps, but wide load signs on the back of that Ducati does it because he's doing a defensive job here. Fantastic. 13, that's where he's really having to work hard to keep Nakagami, Vinales and Zarco
not get through on the bikes ahead of them. Mir can't get through on Zarco, Vinales can't get through on Nakagami. Fabio Quartararo up ahead.
Yeah, you've got to feel like it might well be on the lap timings, the speed charts.
Well, if there's a man in the pad knocking on the door for a year or two, last year, how on earth he wasn't standing on a podium at some point?
I've always had good pace in the last 10 laps of races. Germany aside, when that decision to run the soft rear, that rear tyre for some strong pace in the last 7, 8, 9, 10 laps, and that could be crucial.
Hits place through turn 5 we go. Mir struggling to get past the Fibro, Marquez and Paul Espargaro.
Yeah, Quartararo's now in that nice comfort zone because he did a 33.3, but having established that near 3 second gap, he's just put him into a great position. There's Rossi at the top of your picture.
It was just enough. This is on board with Quattararo. This would be a great camera angle here, as you'll see him chop straight ahead. Monster Energy Yamaha riders.
Yeah, and from that point onwards, he quickly got back to on Alex Rins, but since then, he's been sick of the
Thinking to look up the inside here. Maverick has got to make a move, but he's not quite close enough. And here comes Pekka, light work of the Honda again.
The drive was so better. You could see Bagnaya's Ducati, how much he almost hit the back of Nakagami. There was such a big differential in speed.
It's frustrating the rest of the pack.
Absolutely brilliant. Attacking, defending.
It might look easy. You know, easy for him to be swallowed up here.
And you've got to nail it through 16, 17, 18. You've got to on entry to that final chicane. He's absolutely stopping that Ducati on a sixpence, hitting his markers, which is so effective. I mean, we're getting a clear illustration of how good that Ducati squatting device is. You can see
track limits warning, and that is his podium charge probably over now. And he's nearly just gone in, done such a brilliant job. Has got to go through the long lap penalty, and Nakagami's been punished over the last couple of corners.
It's done, and it's resulting in a long lap penalty. He'll be getting that message now on his dashboard. Maverick Vinales comes in for that long lap penalty.
And that has cost him his chance of getting a touch there from Mir, sitting up Nakagami. Joan Mir, I think, has just moved up. Is that Miller who's gone down?
It is
going to be for the World Championship.
He's had,
and Martin has just entered the pit. Jorge Martin has just entered.
Roll on the exit of the Shrew, but head in hands. That's a real costly mistake in terms of the World Championship. The factory Ducati team, Bagnaia hauled in for the long lap, and Miller out. Well, whilst this not just sort of seeing those rear tyres drop off a cliff now, is he?
Marquez is all over the tail now. Quattararo over his teammate Maverick Vinales with Zarco. He's always there.
He's always there.
How
important that last lap was in Q1 yesterday for Zarco. We didn't think he was going to advance.
Well, Nakagami looked like a moment ago he was on.
Yeah, is it tyres or sometimes Lucio Cecchinello has admitted this himself, that there's been 1 week pressure cooker atmosphere. Is it tyres though that are costing Taki Nakagami?
This is what happened at turn 5, and so that didn't help. And that's the same time when Miller had gone down as well.
Mir's been very aggressive racing.
He's got no choice.
No, exactly. He hasn't got the power of that Suzuki, as he hasn't got the squat device. Tiro on Bagnaia. Marquez also in that group as well with Nakagami.
On Johan Zarco in 3rd place. There's Aleix Espargaro. He's in 6th and he's still there.
And he can in general, enormous credit to Mir as well. I mean, coming from 10th into 4th, and he's just on a 30.
Both Mir and Oliveira now are starting to get into the rhythm that they showed in FP4. Unfortunately for them, as you can see, Marc Marquez there in 8th place, Nakagami 9th. It's Pol Espargaro 10th. Igor Lecuona and his team, he's lapping as quick as anybody. Up at the sharp end.
Maverick Vinales just took Gami and Pekka Bagnaia. Really gained that place when Bagnaia came into the long lap penalty loop as well.
The American on his first ever visit here to Assen.
Still 9 and a bit laps to go. Still on limits warning himself.
It's at times like this, in stages like this, in the he perhaps favourite to take the remaining podiums into 7th.
The good thing for Maverick Vinales now he's got to 2nd is he won't have to worry about, but Fabio Quattararo's gone. There's no way he's going to reel Quattararo in. It's going to be
get some words here from Massimo Rivola. Simon.
Yes, guys, normally I wouldn't hit Massimo with questions. You are the latest news. Is there any truth to the rumour of Maverick coming to ride in the early? First of all, we need to know if the rider is on the market. If the rider is on the market, then first we have to respect what Yamaha will do in terms of the contract with Maverick, and then if Massimo, thank you and good luck in the race.
Yeah, good of Massimo Rivola then to talk to us. Interesting here, he's a 33 flat. Now, Miller's been given a black flag with the orange disc. That means he's got a mechanical problem. But maybe this race at the front isn't over just yet, with 8 laps to go.
Now here is Jack Miller then. He'd have seen that message, the black flag with the orange disc, and Mir's got a bit further up the road. But as always, he's always finding something on race day, and Juan
here far more than he would like to. Miguel Oliveira also now has got his eyes set on Zarco. He's getting into quite a we'd love to sign Maverick Vinales. So we'll wait and see what happens over the next couple of days.
Bit of a no-brainer. Wants to join your team. Anything to get out of Yamaha, it looks like. Miller in the pits then. And here is Mia. Incredible performance by him. And that's Marc Marquez firing up the inside of Aleix Espargaro into turn. Hurting at this stage of the race. Apparently every centimetre of his battered body will be in pain. He'll be grimacing. Oh, that's
Third corner. Yeah, the bike's right in the middle of the circuit as well. At the Timmer chicane, 0.3. There are three riders, marshals then, to recover the bike of Ika Lekawona. What happened to the number 27 then? We lost it. Tried to hold on to that one, didn't he? Gutted is Ika Lekawona.
Yeah, another start and not got dropped back to 4th or 5th on the first lap because he's running the exact same pace right now as Fabio Quartararo.
It's a replay then of the number 20. Great job. His nearest championship contender at the moment, Zarco, back in 4th.
Mrs. Long? Yes? We found a baby girl for your adoption.
That was a little bit lively and loose to say the least. Fabio crossed the sections of this Assen circuit.
Had come down to 3.3, but it's been
He's just been able to find another 132 when he needed to.
On the search here for their first 1-2 of the season. Just managing the situation. Anything above 2 seconds is comfortable.
What a good battle this as well, a bit further back. Raging between Bagnaia and Marquez.
And this has been a brilliant ride. 20th on the grid, we remind you, Marc Marquez was.
And Nakagami's lost contact with the three men ahead of him. We're on board now with Marc Marquez. He'd love to tell me he's got top 6 potential, and he's been true to his word. That was a very accurate assessment.
Faro, the race leader, was to the 134s for the first time in the race. Just a moment, still 3.1 seconds. Back to his teammate Maverick Vinales as we continue to track this battle for
Zarco and Oliveira are pressurising and pushing him for that final podium place. Zarco knows they are precious world champions.
Alex Rins has done a great job getting himself up into 11th, having fallen well.
Good salvage job by Rins to find his way back through on the lap.
Still in control is Quartararo. There'll be 4 laps left of the Dutch TT when they cross the line next. And it is 2.8, the gap for the Frenchman over Maverick.
Last 2 laps, Zarco's taken time out of the Suzuki man ahead of him. Over the line, it was just him with a podium.
Oliveira's there as well, isn't he?
It's just sensational. You look at his qualifying to race results this year. Qatar 10th to 4th. He's giving himself hard work, but he always digs so deep and makes the hard move.
Well, he's trying to keep himself in contention, isn't he? He's waiting for Suzuki to come up with some sort of squatting device in the mix, good and proper.
Yeah, wherever Joan Mir's heading on his summer break, he really deserves it. Bagnaia, and that almost let Aleix Espargaro come through. He's just a sitting duck in sector 3.
He's sudden found some late speed again as well. There are 3 laps to go here. There is your helicopter view of the 2.9 second gap. Quartararo completely ahead around turn 5.
Yeah, El Diablo brace for some Dutch delights. 3 or 4 laps when hitting the front. After Pecco Bagnaia's early resistance, it's been a one-in control. Marquez still trying to find a way through on Pecco Bagnaia's Zarco. He just cannot get that gap down to Mir under 2/10 of a second. It's been a 6 seconds as well behind his teammate Marc Marquez, and at the moment 3rd Honda as well because Nakagami's clearance is full of too much cheer.
Marquez then can't quite wide, and that's a great move from Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia. He goes through on Marc Marquez to
half a second. Surely that's enough to give him a richly deserved podium.
The process there from Aleix Espargaro. Another 7th place beckons for the Aprilia man. Clearly the first half of this 2021 championship belongs to him.
Yeah, he's been the those podiums and victories and a comfortable world championship advantage heading into the summer. Bagnaia struggling in 6th place, and Joan Zarco at the moment not on the podium in 4th spot and running
Qatar, but You get the feeling that the post-race press conference questions aren't really going to be so much.
And 2022 questions, Maverick Vinales.
The last lap of the race then, Monster
Will feel like a win for Joan Mir. Credit as well to Bagnaia, because I don't think he would have had to have worked. Crew look on. Bernard Anschau there, of course, so many years part of Valentino Rossi's, witnessing another utterly brilliant and dominant performance by their flying Frenchman.
Tira's got back through on Alicia Spargaro to take what will be a great set.
Vinales was fastest on Saturday, but when it really matters, on a Sunday, when there's 20 to win in Assen, the 90th edition of the Dutch TT.
He is the T21 going the way of Fabio Quartararo, and it could have been more. The man with the biggest boost going into the Dutch TT, and it's a Yamaha 1-2 here in their first 1-2 of the season.
Alicia Spargaro took 8th, he set his spade. Well, there are the three top men here in Assen in that picture. We're looking at the
Fabio Quartararo has been practicing some golf.
Oh dear,
dearie me. Back on the bike, Fabio. Don't give up your day job.
GP bike around Assen, a lot better than he can swing a golf club. I don't think
It'll be impossible. Hey, while I've got you online, shout out to Joran Zarco. When the light